what are the key points being discussed at the meeting and what's on the agenda of the talks in Geneva today?
So basically, Khalid al-Mishri, the head of the Western-based High Council for State, and Aqila Saleh, the Speaker of the Eastern-based Parliament, are both in Geneva, not leading the talks in person. However, they're leading two delegations that are composed of representatives from their two bodies who are sitting to discuss 5 remaining points. Now, out of Libya's 210 articles draft constitution, the talks that were last held in Cairo saw an agreement over 205, leaving only 5 articles or 5 topics that remain to be the most controversial. What needs to be done basically is for these two parties to reach compromise, and this is what the UN Special Envoy to Libya, Stephanie Williams, has been calling for during the opening session of the talks that was held yesterday. The sessions and the talks continue until the end of the day. It is still not clear whether some of these 5 remaining issues have been agreed upon or not.
And Adel, is there a feeling both in Libya and Geneva that a solution might come out of this particular meeting that would effectively bring an end to the political and security crisis in Libya?
So, Lindy, the 5 points that are in dispute have always been in dispute since the Libyan crisis broke in 2011. That is the criteria for candidates to run for elective posts. That is the number of seats in the Legislative House, the 2 chambers of the Parliament and their headquarters, the number of governorships in Libya, the nature of the document that they are discussing, whether it will be a permanent constitution through which Libyans will vote in a referendum upon, or it will be a temporary document to lead the country into transition. Now, these are some of the most controversial topics that both the east and west of Libya have never agreed upon. What many fear is that, as the UN special mission in Libya said, that the constitutional talks in Cairo were the last round, and what is happening in Geneva is just the final touch of negotiations in that track. After that, if they fail to agree, there means that all the dialogues, the political peaceful dialogues that the UN sponsored, have ended in vain, and therefore many concerned that this might be the beginning of seeing Libya resorting to armed confrontations as it did in previous years.